Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students, you are welcome in this video. This video is a second part in continuation of our topic on cashbook. In the previous video, I have discussed that how we can record cash receipts and cash payment related transactions in a simple cashbook or single column cashbook. In this video, I'll discuss that how we can record transactions involving cash receipts, cash payments, discount, and bank related dealings or transactions. Viewers, there are some instances where one transaction will affect both sides of a cash book. We call such transactions as contra transactions. So first of all, before starting discussion on three column cash book, I will show you about different contra transactions that require recording entries on both sides, that is left and right side. So let's have a look at the contra entries. Here I have mentioned some important concepts under three column cash book. The first contra transaction we need to understand: when a single transaction affects both cash and a bank column with the same amount, then it is known as contra transaction. These transactions should be indicated by the contra sign C. We denote it with capital C in the ledger folio column against both sides of the cash book. Viewers, it should be noted that contra is a Latin word which means against. So by indicating capital C against both sides of the cash book under the ledger folio column, double entry aspect in respect of that transaction is completed and no further posting to ledger is required. So we have some examples of contra transactions. You can see that contra transaction comes when we deposit amount in the bank, when we withdraw money from the bank account for office use, and when we deposit check in the bank which we have received previously. So let's have a look the example number 1, where we will see that how to record contra transaction when it comes to deposit cash in the bank account. Let's have a look the first transaction. On 17th of January 2021, a business enterprise deposited $5,000 into bank. Viewers, you can see that the business enterprise has deposited $5,000 in the bank account. So on the left side, we will have to mention this deposit in the bank column, which I have already mentioned over here. At the same time, on the same date, we will have to mention that the cash which was with the company, still it is with the company, but it was kept as a cash. Now it is not held in hand, now it is in the bank. So we need to mention here on the right side that the cash is gone out and now you can find this cash in the bank. So now you see, apparently it looks one transaction, but it has double effect both on the left and the right side. So therefore we mark such transactions with capital letter C in the ledger folio column. C means contra entry. Let's have a look at example number 2 regarding cash withdrawal. On 18th of January 2021, a business enterprise draws a check of $2,000 for office use. So now this transaction is opposite to what we have discussed earlier. when we withdraw money from the bank account for office use, for that we need to record again a contra entry. Now in the particular column we will write the bank account and we will show this amount in the cash column because the money is taken out from the bank and now it is held as a cash in the office, like that. So the left side shows increase in the cash and the right side we need to mention 2000 in the bank column. It will mention that the money from the bank account is withdrawn. Now this transaction is again a contra transaction and its effect will be mentioned on the both sides, and again we will have to mark with capital letter C in the ledger folio column on both sides. Now we have a third transaction, like in case when we, let's say, receive a check and we deposit the check in the bank on the same day. In this case, when we receive a check from our customer and we deposit that check on the same day, in this case we don't need to record any contra transaction. We can directly mention this this check in the bank column. Now the example number 4, check received but deposited on the next day. Viewers, whenever business receives a check and deposits a check on the same day, so it will go directly in the bank account and we can mention that check on the left side of the bank column. But when business receives a check on the day but will not deposit check the same day in the bank account, then we will treat that check as a cash and we will record that check in our cash column, debit side or receiving side. The next day when the business deposits the check in the bank account, then we need to record a contra entry because earlier we had treated this check as a cash. So when we deposit cash in the bank, so a contra entry will come. So this is what the replication of the first transaction I've already mentioned. Now we have another transaction, dishonor check. Dishonor check and bounce checks are same. You can see that on 28th of January 2021, intimation was received from the bank that a check received from Mr. Rahim had been dishonored. So as you can see that we received check from Mr. Rahim, you can see over here that there is one previous transaction mentioned in example 3, that business enterprise received check of 2500 from Mr. Rahim and it was deposited same day into bank. So now this check, now it has proved that the check is bounced. So to record a transaction of this bounce check, we can directly remove this amount. We can mention it on the right side under the bank column, so it will show that the money has already it did not come to the bank, because earlier we had mentioned we put it in the bank, but with this transaction we will have to mention that the impact of previous transaction, it will be nullified. The next example is number 6, payment by check. So on 29th of January 2021, electricity bill of US dollar 3,550 was paid by check. Now in this transaction we can simply we can record this cash outflow. The money will be taken out from our bank account, so we will mention this because this bill is paid in the form of a check, so money will be taken out from the bank account, so bank account will be debited normally. So since the money is going out from our bank account, so it will come on the right side in the bank column. The next example, endorsement of check. Endorsement of check, like for example, if you receive open check from someone, the same check, instead of encashing by yourself, you can put your signature and you can give this check to someone else. So this process is called as endorsement. You can see that on 29th of January 2021, the business enterprise endorsed a check of $1,500 in favor of Suleiman. The check was earlier received from Mr. Smith on 12th of January 2021, but due to paucity of time, check was not deposited in the bank till date. So, meaning when business had received this check from Mr. Smith, so business would have recorded this check as a cash. As I said that when business receives a check and the check is not deposited the same day in the bank account, or the check is deposited the next day, then we will have to treat this check as a cash. So therefore here the left side, the business has treated this check received from Mr. Smith as a cash. So on 29th it was endorsed to Mr. Suleiman, so we will put date and then we will mention that Suleiman's account, and then we will mention on the right side 1500, because we have treated this check as a cash because we did not submit the check in our bank account. So viewers, these are some entries. In these entries we have learned some contra entries. So again, let me revise it again. Whenever we deposit check in the bank account, contra entry will come. Number two, whenever we withdraw cash from the bank for office use, contra entry will come. So these are the reasons due to which we record contra entries. Payment through check or receipt or endorsing check, so these are not a contra entries. Now let me move on to the question. Here I have mentioned some transactions. As you can see in these transactions, if I look at it in general, you'll see that we have a cash balance, we have open current account with Bank Sohar, we have purchased goods from Miss Marwa, paid to Miss Marwa by check in full settlement, and then goods sold for cash to Miss Noras and on credit, so and so forth. So these transactions, these set of transactions include all sort of transactions, meaning it include cash receipts, cash payment. It also include discount related transactions and transactions containing banks deposits and withdrawals. So what I have done is here I have listed all the transactions one by one, and then I have recorded these transactions in 3-column cash book. So as I will move further, so you will see that I will be recording all these transactions transaction by transaction. So this will be very helpful for you to understand. So let's start with the first transaction. Cash book step-by-step preparation with illustrations. So let's start with the first transaction. Khalid LLC has the following business transactions that were carried out in the month of March 2021. So 1st of March they were having cash balances $120,000. So as I have discussed in my previous video, and also I'm discussing it over here, that this is the opening cash balance. So whenever we start with the opening transaction, so we mentioned it with the date March 1st of March 2021, and balance brought down, so here it will come 120,000 on the left side. Now the next transaction you see on 2nd of March there are two transactions. The first is open current account with Bank Sohar, meaning the business must have deposited $20,000 in the bank account at the time of opening bank account. So as I have already mentioned in my earlier discussion at the start of this video, that whenever you transfer money in the bank, so the counter entry will come. One entry will show on the left side that will show increase in the bank balance, and the other entry on the right side will show decrease in the cash balance with the company. So you can see that the first transaction to cash, we put value in the bank, and on the right side by bank we put it in the cash. The second transaction you see on the 2nd of March, paid to Miss Marwa by check 17,900 in full settlement of 19,000. So meaning the business was supposed to pay $19,000, but they paid only 17,900. It mentions in full settlement, so it means that the difference will be the discount. So since it is a payment, so it is the payment through check, so therefore the amount will be taken out from the bank account. It will be mentioned on the right side under the bank column, and the remaining balance of 1,100 we will mention in the discount column. Now the next transaction is on 10th of March. It mentions that goods sold for cash $8,000 to Miss Marwa and on credit 12,000. As I said earlier in the first part of my video, that if there is a credit transaction, it will not come in the cash book. We will just consider only transactions that relates to actual cash receipts or actual cash payments. So this transaction is tricky. It mentions that goods sold for goods sold for cash 8,000 to Miss Marwa and on credit. So credit part I am not considering. I will consider only goods sold for cash. So here I will mention 10th of March to sales 8,000. The next transaction we are having on 11th of March. It mentioned receive check from Miss Marwa 11,900 and allowed her a discount of $100. Now as I said that when business receives a check and the business does not submit the check on the same day in the bank account, so they will treat that check as a cash. So here we can see that to Nora's account, though this is a check, but since business has not deposited this check in the bank account, so it will be treated as a cash 11,900, and the rest is a discount. On 12th of March, check from Miss Norris was deposited into bank. Now you see, now this check which we had treated as a cash, this check is deposited on 12th of March in the bank. So again contra entry will come. So through contra entry we will mention that the cash now is in the bank, and also on the right side we will mention that since cash is in the bank, so cash we will have to mention on the right side. It shows that the cash is taken out. Now one thing you might have noticed that I have mentioned the first contra entry as C1, and since I got the second contra entry, so I put C2 just to keep my transactions in order. We need not to mention like in terms of numbers C1 and C2. We can simply mention C meaning contra, but I put numbers so that I could see the corresponding entry on the right side as a good practice. Similarly, on 13th of March, it mentions that paid telephone bill $800 and electricity bill $700. So these are the cash payments. So I've mentioned by telephone expense, by electricity expense, and I've mentioned the amounts 800 and 700. Now the next transaction is 14th of March, received a check from Ghala LLC for $2,500 in full settlement of its account $2,700. So it means that the business had to receive an amount of $2,700. They have received only $2,500. Since they have already settled it fully, so we can think that the business has given $200 discount to the customer. Now, since it is a check, but it doesn't mention whether the check is deposited the same day or not, so therefore we will treat this check as cash. So we will record to Hala account 2,500 and the discount, the difference between 2,700 and 2,500 is 200, so it will come here as a discount. Then on 20th of March, it mentioned that cash withdrew for business use $1,000 and for personal use 1,590. Viewers, when cash is withdrawn from the bank for office use, we will have to show this transaction as a contra entry. But for personal use, there will not be any contra entry. So here we have recorded to bank. We put this cash in the cash column left side 1000, and by cash we put here in the on the right side under the bank column 1000, and the personal drawing we have mentioned with this pretext of by drawing 1590. The next transaction you can see 28th of March, bought a motor vehicle from Mr. Walid. He was paid by check. So we know it's very straightforward transaction that the business has purchased a motor vehicle from Mr. Walid, and the business has paid by check 4,500. So this transaction on 28th it will come by motor car 4,500. On 31st of March there is another transaction, that interest credited in bank $200. So this interest we will write here March 31st interest, since it is credited in the bank, so I will mention it on the receiving side left side in the bank column. And another March 31st transaction, it mentions that bank has deducted charges amounted to $10. So since bank has deducted charges, so the same we will have to record in our cash book on the right side, because charges will be taken out. So here we'll have to mention on the right side in the bank column. Now viewers, after completing all these transactions, the cash book, it will look like this. So what we will do, we will calculate the sum total of cash column and the sum total here of the bank column. As you can see that the total sum of cash is 143,400 and total cash in the bank is 32,100. I will transfer these two sum totals on the right side under cash and bank, meaning in total we received $143,400, and in cash we were having this much cash, and these are the cash payments which we have paid. So the sum of these cash payments we will minus from this total available cash, so the rest will be the balance cash with us. This is what we mention it like balance carried down. Similarly, we were having 32,100 in our bank account, so I've simply mentioned this amount over here, and then I have subtracted all the payments which were made from our bank account. So after subtracting these cash balances, cash outflows from total receipts in the bank, so we were left with 7,100. So these are basically we are having in our bank account 7,100 and we are having cash 110,000, and we call it as balance carried down. So this balance carried down we will mention on the right side at the bottom of the cash book as balance brought down 110,000, 7,100. Here you can see in the discount column. So we have given this discount, so it will be an expense for us, and discount received, it can be treated as a uh, other income when the business will prepare its income statement. So viewers, this is the end of my discussion. I have summarized few contra entries, and I have shown you that how we can record contra entries, and I have also mentioned that under what circumstances we need to record a contra entry and under what situation we do not need any contra entry. So I hope you would have understood the 3-column cash book. Specifically, I did not discuss 2-column cash book because 2-column cash book we are having transactions regarding cash and bank. So these transactions we are covering in 3-column cash book. So there is no need to discuss 2-column cash book separately. So I hope you would have enjoyed this video, and for the sake of reinforcement the concepts, you can watch my first video. I will put the link of my first video in the description, and under the first video's description I will put the link of my second video so that you will be easily watch whatever video you are interested in. So thank you very much. If you have not liked or subscribed to this channel, so kindly hit subscribe button and also press bell icon so that you will get my upcoming videos comfortably. You will receive the intimation whenever I will upload my video. So if you would have pressed the bell button, so you will get the intimation. Thank you very much. Stay blessed.